I need your help, my friend.
Probably need to continue the story a little bit more. Chickens just popped out of nowhere.
A flood of memories, soured by what I now know lurks behind every small conflict. Every sullen expression. A pain I know well, and one I shall remedy. Such familiar sights. Greetings once again, Baghdad. Show me what I have missed.
In Baghdad's bazaars, one could find almost all the products of the known world. Chroniclers wander at items such as Russian fox skins, Indian sandalwood, or Byzantine goldwork, but most trade involves rather less prestigious precious commodities. Food staples such as grain, rice, or dates, alongside delicacies such as almonds or sugar, made up the bulk of the loads of shipments. The trade routes also supplied Baghdad with an extensive selection of manufactured goods, from exotic Chinese porcelain to more common Egyptian glass. The style of some of them, such as the Chinese-inspired tricolored splash decoration of this plate, were then copied throughout the empire. Nestled in the midst of these wares were some truly expensive products, which wealthy elites from Scandinavia to China craved: Omani ambergris or African ivory. Most merchants did not specialize in any one type of item, but rather tried to acquire at a low cost whatever commodity they thought they could sell for profit elsewhere. They then put together their hauls in bales, baskets, and ceramic containers, loaded them onto beasts of burden or ships, and ventured to the nearest regional market. With the important exception of the Sogdian traders who ran and managed the various routes of the Silk Roads, merchants rarely went further than a few days away from their home. Besides some extremely important trade hubs such as Baghdad, Samarkand, or Bukhara, the presence of travelers from faraway lands would therefore have been a rare sight. But the goods could be sold and resold all across Eurasia. Dang it, wrong button! Ah!
Shit! No! Away from
I forgot it was the same.
Thief! Thief! Guard! Help me! A cut purse! Robbed me! Help! Help!
Fighting with the Amir of Baghdad back in 38. Got it.
This armor stinks.
Harbia. Baghdad's unwashed and unsung lived in the Harbia district where the runoff of industry ended up. A busy area that was dull and grim with soot and the debris of hard work. It was also home to the notorious Damascus Gate prison, a veritable tomb for those who fell afoul of the Caliph's favor.
الحملان الراعي الجديدة يمكننا
Enemies will have the torso protected by armor. No, I didn't want to.
Maybe nothing.
There goes your
Maybe not.
career. Right, nothing happening.
Hold on. I'll silence you.
I am not here.
Hey!
There we go. Zanj Uprising Sword. Huh. Omer, my friend. Seems the new blades are not meeting the required standard. I do not think they are suitable for the Caliph's elite guards. We must rectify this failing as quickly as possible for both our sakes. Archers specialize in long-range attacks are in typically sought positions of high ground. Rooftops and city walls offered strategic advantages as they facilitated surveillance while also being difficult to reach. If not neutralized quickly, archers could make short work of their enemies in a very short amount of time. The Spearman, as the name would indicate, uses a long spear to both attack their enemies and keep them at bay. The spear's long reach and capacity to poke and prod meant few hiding places were effective for a hidden one.
I have idled long enough. Roshan and Foulad are surely awaiting me at the bureau.
Okay, but first I want to get this thing over here. Basim. You're a few centuries off. To accommodate the court's taste for elaborate luxuries, Iraqi potters experimented with new techniques, colors, and styles in their creations. Their most important innovation was luster painting, which created a glittering effect so popular it went on to be exported and copied everywhere from Portugal to Thailand. One of the main sources of inspiration for Abbasid artisans were Chinese wares, especially white and blue porcelain brought to Iraq by boat in the 9th century. Their hardness, translucency, and whiteness were at the time revolutionary in the region, and they enjoyed immense prestige among the wealthy. Initially, Iraqi potters attempted to meet this demand for Chinese imports by direct imitation, coating their usual brown earthenware in a white tin or lead-based substance before adding decorative coloring glazes. However, Abbasid potters soon began attempting modifications to produce their own style, adding motifs inspired by local vegetation such as palm trees and meadow plants. More importantly, Iraqi potters started to experiment with an extremely new technique, luster painting. This involved preparing a special overglaze by blending silver and copper oxides with a carrier such as ochre, and then mixing this fine powder with vinegar and gum. This mix was painted onto an already glazed pot and fired in a special reduced oxygen kiln. If done right, this complicated and costly technique created an incredible metallic sheen. The result was almost alchemical, with simple earth appearing to have been transformed into silver or gold. Ooh, what's this? Kidman tokens are currency that can be spent for favors from the factions of Baghdad. They can be earned by completing contracts and answering chests.
وهذه ليست حتى الجودة الأفضل. إنه أفضل سعر لدي. إن كان لا يعجبك فامضي قدما. تحاول الاستفادة من العيش.
Yep.
Cast your gaze, Enkidu.
Fun.
In light of recent allegations of corruption against certain qadis, the Khalifa would like to remind you that any issue with the execution of justice in Al-Khilafa should be taken to the Mazalim court, where the complaint will be received and addressed.
لا أحاول شراء المتجر بأكمله. كن عاقلا.
لقد جرحتني بمثل هذا العرض المهين.
هل ستس؟
Well met.
Be welcome here.
What
Let
do
us
you got?
see what you have got.
Lots of choice. Light, yet fit to turn most any blade.
Outfits and weapons can be upgraded by visiting a blacksmith or a tailor and giving them a specific upgrade schematic. Service will cost some amount of steel ingots and leather.
Please, help me. God, help me. A cut purse brought me. Help!
I have
We
nothing.
Nothing more today?
Nope,
I will be off then.
because I am flat broke
Farewell.
on everything.
ربما من الأفضل أن أذهب.
I'm very good at food.
What's the problem here?
Hello.
Welcome, welcome.
Allow me to browse your stock.
Here's what I've got. Never leave home without some. Useful for strengthening one's gear. The tools of the trade. Thinking of refining your gear? Have a gear improvement project in mind? All right. Excellent choice.
You know how much longer we have left? I do. Too long.
Useful for strengthening one's gear. Never know when these will come in handy. Sold. Nothing further.
I will see you later.
Farewell, sir.
Keep your distance.
Go!
لن يتسنى لك بيع أي شيء بتلك الأسعار.
I have found
وهذا السعر ليس واحدا منها. ألديك رغبة في البيع أم لا؟
إنها سوق المشتري.
Greetings.
Peace be upon you, sir.
What do you have?
Please, take a look. A strong layer of protection. Always prudent.
Dang, I need 10 more leather.
Nothing else?
I have to go.
Safe travels.
لا أحاول شراء المتجر بأهل.
a real piece of work, that one.
Can I get 10 more out of you, please?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
What have you got today?
Plenty of stock just now. Thinking of refining your gear? Thank you for your preference. Is that...
I must be on my way.
Please come again.
وهذه ليست حتى الجودة الأفضل.
هذه إهانة
Peace, friend.
Well met.
May I?
Here is what... we can make it stronger.
Oh, wait. I'm missing something else. Dang it.
Is
Okay,
that
never
it for
mind.
now?
I must take my leave.
Don't be a stranger.
ألديك رغبة في البيع أم لا؟
Let's see what this thing is.
لعلنا نفاجئ أمهاتنا بحسن بشرائع الله تعالى وأمر الخليفة بارك الله فيه وأطال عمره. كان ينبغي استخبار ذلك. يقول أخي هناك وحوشا في الماء الكامل.
Oh, an enigma. Each enigma contains a map or clues to a particular location. Solve the riddle and go to the indicated spot to obtain new costume dice and talismans.
بأسواق العباسية حتى تتأكد.
but that's a viewpoint.
Yeah.
For synchronization. Jeez, you really gotta zoom in to see anything. Poof. I see. This looks familiar. Very familiar.
But yeah. Very took me.
So this is a Hidden One's bureau. I expected some sort of hovel.
Some bureaus are. Others can be fitted with gold trim. Wherever space we settle, all that's important is that our occupancy remains a secret.
We certainly have that here. Have you found anything helpful?
Nothing hinting at Ali's whereabouts. However, Noor was in contact with someone named Beshi. A name I recognize as one of Ali's closest allies within the rebel collective. He's a dock worker at the Upper Harbor. See if he's in the area. He may have something to tell us about Ali's disappearance.
I have found something. It seems Noor mapped out this very district. Marked the factories area to the north.
What is there?
Rebel sympathizers. If Noor visited this area for any reason, it is worth following up on.
Understood.
These are not strong leads, but they are a start nonetheless. Fulab and I will see what more we can uncover.
Be careful.
The investigation menu shows the progress of your investigations and cases. Cases need clues to be unveiled. These can be found by visiting locations or by helping people in the world. Examine a clue after discovering one to gain more information that might prove useful in your investigation. Tracking a case will update the information shown on the map, compass, or in an in-game log. As you progress through cases, you will advance Basim's investigation and story. Leader Ali ibn Muhammad, leader of the rebels and ally to the Hidden Ones. It's suspected that the Order is behind Ali's disappearance. Nur mapped the factory district of Shari, north of Hariba. Find Nur's contact. Captain of the rebels who works in the upper harbor. Find Beshi.
Is there anything more you can tell me about the Sharia district? Why would it be of interest to Noor?
The people there are in quiet support of the rebels. Common folk, workers, merchants. Come to think of it, Noor did make mention of a new contact. A merchant. It may be this merchant dwells in Ashara, among the dying leather factory workers.
I will keep an eye out for a stall. Is there anything more you can tell me about the Sharia district? Why would it be of interest to Noor?
The people come to
Sons of an astronomy expert and highwayman from eastern Iran, the Banu Musa brothers grew up at the Caliphate court. Skilled political operators, generous scientific patrons, and prolific inventors, they are a perfect example of the elite scholars living in 9th century Baghdad. The brothers' father, Musa ibn Shakir, befriended then Prince Al-Mamun, while he was governor of Khorasan, eastern Iran and Uzbekistan. Through this connection, the sons of Musa, Muhammad, Ahmad, and Al-Hazan, were able to receive an elite education after the death of their father. Studying with the mathematicians and astronomers of the House of Wisdom, they acquired multiple scientific, technical, and linguistic skills. They participated in Al-Khwarizmi's calculation of the circumference of the Earth, paid for manuscript buying trips to the Byzantine Empire, and published 20 books on various subjects. The most important was the Kitab al-Hilal, Book of Ingenious Devices, that presented detailed and illustrated descriptions of 100 mechanical devices such as automatic fountains and musical instruments, which applied simple concepts of pressure and water power to wonderful effect. Others were trick vessels, like this jar that separates wine from water. Their personal connection to the caliphs helped them secure important and wealthy positions as architects and city planners responsible for canal construction. Muhammad even participated in the complex negotiations to choose a new caliph after the deaths of Al-Mutawakkil and his son Al-Mutasir. The Order is a secret society. All clues related to the Order member need to be found in order to root them out. The Order has a hierarchy system, assassinating its hierarchy members. There are 4 high-ranking Order members in Baghdad, each occupying a different district of the city. Eliminating them will provide clues to the identity of the head of the Order. Bureaus are strategically spread throughout Baghdad to serve as command centers for the Hidden Ones. Secreted within busy neighborhoods and crowded districts, these posts are critical for the gathering of intelligence and the deployment of Hidden One operatives. All main quests are in a given territory will start from that area's designated bureau. Alrighty. Let's go.
سأنضم إلى الحرس وأحمي الخليفة
أدع رجال
عندما
القاضي يعرفون
بارك الله
سيحاولون ردعي على الأرجح
Yoink.
يريد كبير الأذنين الذهاب لاصطياد
Dyeing factory.
تعالوا وتاجروا معي. أقدم تخفيضات على شراء الكميات وأسعارها.
Excuse me. Pardon. Sorry. Sploosh. Alcohol production and consumption. Islamic law prohibits alcohol consumption because it altered the mind and caused wrongful behavior. It is therefore considered a major sin. However, Abbasid religious scholars discuss the precise scope of this ban. Some interpreted it as a full ban on all alcohol consumption, while others limited it to excessive consumption, public drunkenness, or only to alcohol made from fruits, grapes, dates, etc. as opposed to meat or beer, for example. In practice, alcohol was nonetheless consumed, as proved by numerous accounts and drinking vessels, including one pictured here, whose inscription reads, "Drink, blessings from God to the owner of the goblet." Alcohol was even a major topic of poetry in a genre of literary works called the Karmirat, which was dedicated to the praise of wine, intoxication, and the pleasures of the table. These accounts establish that alcohol was consumed at every level of society, including by clergymen and high-level officials. Seems that the issue of alcohol and its prohibition was possibly more focused on public drunkenness, which could lead to police intervention, while there was probably a higher degree of tolerance for drinking in private areas. The main producers of alcohol seem to have been the non-Muslim members of the Abbasid society. Most of them did not follow the same religious restrictions and brewed or vinified what they consumed. Monasteries were among the most famous winemakers. They were forbidden to sell any of it to their Muslim neighbors, but many stories of inebriated visits to the monks and even bottles supporting representations of priests seem to indicate that the law was not followed by everyone. Let's see what's up in this corner. Ditch Sluice of the Fife.
Guide me, Enkidu.
Tale of Baghdad. Let's go check this out. Ooh, secret entrance.
مستعدة عند استعدادك، لكن
Holy Father, grant me
Historian Monastery.
We're with an historians today, huh?
What is
They were
down?
based out of Baghdad at this time.
Ah, this is a puzzle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, these don't glow. Oh, here we go. That should do it. Bone dice. There we go.
Yeah.
The light, it's so bright. Lost book.
Oh, Holy Father, grant me guide. Oh, Holy Father, grant me guidance.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, it's underground.
Where could it be?
They don't have a basement nearby.
You still in the Nestorian monastery?
Yeah, I'm in the area. That's where I just was.
Where could it be?
Ooh.
Or right there.
Oh wait, no. I think this might have been where I just came out. Yeah, that's where I just came out. Never mind. Or maybe not. Everything looks similar here.
I was looking for you.
I just saw something glowing on the map. Al-Jahiz's library contains lots of books, but he would like more. Ooh, skill point. Al-Tabari, Tafsir of Al-Tabari. Knows the Quran as well as one could hope. He must have dedicated every moment of his waking life to the words of the Prophet. The word of God is one, but men interpret it many different ways. He has tried his best to record these discussions and debates so we can all get closer to the true word of God. In the intellectual sphere, it is a truly courageous and daunting work. Let's go see what a tale of Baghdad is like.
Oh, Holy Father, grant me guidance.
What grief moves you to invoke your god so openly?
Perhaps my prayers have been answered. Could you help a humble monk pay his respects?
You are well armed for a monk.
I was a violent man in a former life, who now seeks to atone in service to God. Though I will admit, some of my old skills have served me well in performing his work.
I can respect a warrior who has found a higher calling. What is your need?
I seek a holy man, buried in one of the older, overgrown graves, but I cannot read the epitaphs written in your tongue.
A simple enough task. I will see what I can find. John of Shiraz. He gambled more than he gained, but always shared his winnings. A generous man, but not one worthy of worship. Leo the Enlightened. His wisdom was only exceeded by his piousness. Ah, here is one deserving of some reverence. Monk, I believe I have found your saint.
God be praised. I must retrieve the bones before we are discovered.
I thought you were here to pay respect, not rob a grave.
There is no theft. His bones belong to the church, and will do more good among the faithful than rotting in the ground.
If your church has no objection, then who am I to judge?
There is only one whose judgment matters, and I trust he will be forgiving.
Hey! Stop what you're doing!
Unfortunately, the Khalifa's men are not so tolerant of unlicensed grave digging.
Explain yourselves, you filthy shits, or die!
They are guilty of worse crimes. God forgive me, but there are times when violence is the only course.
On that, we are agreed.
Die!
You catch that, shit-eater! Thy will be done! Coward! Get up! Backside! That's it! Steady now! You know not what to do! You shall fall!
It's legal to bludgeon you as long as you don't stab him.
Yep.
Huh.
There was no other way to resolve this. These kinds of men understand only violence and cruelty.
You have performed God's will, my friend. He will surely bless you with good fortune.
I answer to another calling. But I will not turn down a bit of extra luck.
Complete a tale from Baghdad.
Nice.
Cool. Let's get this. Greek skate.
Doesn't look like much of a gator, though.
In Baghdad's dry climate, the city's water supply depending on a dense network of natural and artificial waterways, starting, of course, with the Tigris and its tributary, the Diyala River. Added to these was a system of canals whose construction could be traced over millennia, and which was restored and expanded by the Umayyads and Abbasids. Around the city, this network was incredibly dense and went from large navigational canals to very narrow trenches. Some of the water was also provided by canals coming from the Euphrates to the west. This massive system fulfilled multiple needs. It provided the city with the water necessary for daily consumption, hygiene, a sewer system, etc. It played a crucial role in irrigating the cultivated lands around Baghdad, turning them into the breadbasket of the city and its growing suburbs. Linked by canals, the Tigris and the Euphrates were also essential communication and trading routes of worldwide importance, used to bring goods and people from the Indian Ocean to the Mediterranean region. Finally, the water system could easily turn into a useful defense feature when needed. Most of the bridges over Baghdad were in fact on wooden pontoons, which could be disconnected or even destroyed in case of attacks. This useful system came at a cost. Maintaining it was extremely labor-intensive, demanding ever-increasing efforts from a large number of free and enslaved workers. Let's go see Nur's contact.